picked up regardless of the presence of a Pakiro, regardless of the Vixana as well. So they're just really being confident this time. AP Bren, they know that they're just so capable.
You know what? Matchup be damned. It's okay. It's Flap, TZ.
It's Flap.
It's Flap. He's just gonna play around it. And again, what is he afraid of besides a Paquito, right? There's very little CC that's reliable from Smart Omega. You have the final slash, and you have Matt jumping onto you. That's it.
That's right.
You require an ult or a good placement for the Vixana for you to get CC'd by that.
Yeah, and I don't think he will be threatened by Jome until, let's say the mid portions of the game, until he gets the necessary items. So if we see the same kind of Flap TZ using the X-Borg, I mean, it's been a very remarkable, even in previous international tournaments, we've seen him use this hero. There's just no saying just how pressuring this game is going to be for Omega, but this is, again, very high stakes. They definitely would want to at least bring us to a game number 3.
It's an invariable element here. Flap TZ is looking, wow, even in the face of 2. Even in the face of 2 from Smart Omega. Looking at the opening emblems here. Oh yeah, okay, cool. That's about normal.
Yep. It's Super Marco once again wanting to be really aggressive, especially with the Master Assassin being picked up. So they don't want the same scenario to happen, that Jome is actually getting to manage the lane pretty well. And we're seeing it right now in the minimap, at least. He's actually pressuring Jome to stay under the turret because look at the damage he's able to throw out.
Yeah, there's a lot of fret here from Omega, but that's something that's going to come in later. Like, way later, especially in the case of Jome. Unless you count out Luis, which obviously the newly buffed Paquito can do massive amounts of damage in the early game. But that's depending on the target. And depending on whether or not the target will present himself here, as we do see, CalTZ going straight at it, forcing a flicker out, but still getting the kill onto Mark.
That was difficult because Mark didn't even hit level 4. The roamers aren't at level 4 yet. So there's very little Mark can do to protect himself.
And AP Bren got all the routes covered, even few wherever, even if he was able to actually get past that gorgeous barrier, he will literally just receive the stun and eventually the damage, the continuous damage coming in here from few. So that was a beautiful pickoff coming in here from AP Bren prior to this turtle, and we're seeing how they're slowly establishing the lead once again up against Smart Omega.
Yep, big 4-man presence here in the turtle pit. Ogwin first to the scene, pulling it just slightly over the AP Bren side. Up top!
Oh boy! We got a bit of a punch back here from Jome. Of course, the shielding gonna come in just in clutch for Mr. Super Marco. Looks calculated, but the fight's gonna happen here around the turtle area. Down goes Mr. Gush here. Low HP onto Matt, but will be able to make it out at least at the nick of time.
Okay.
Very good exchange here. Smart Omega not allowing AP Bren to get clear wins here. And look at Lewis, he's playing the flank.
Yep. This is a different situation for AP Bren. There's pressure for few, there's pressure for their damage dealers, but there are 2 separate fights happening. And will they be able to take a pick off? Seems like no.
Okay, so something tells me Omega had no intent of ever stealing that turtle. They just sent bodies over there to make it a longer take because Matt just walked away. Matt just went and took his purple, and now he's going for the orange, if I'm not mistaken.
The timeless idol.
Second player to win 100 matches in MPL Philippines history.
CarlTZ was the first. And at some point, funnily enough, they were teammates. So look at the greatness, look at the legacy of excellence that these 2 players are following in each other's footsteps too.
Apparently here it's not inherited, it's kind of like contagious.
Again?
Greatness is contagious here for these guys.
Oh wait, Lewis!
Oh, Luis, you're too deep in, bro! Oh,
That's
with
it.
CalTZ catching you and Flap TZ on the side, the new TZ brothers in town making it hard for it.
That was a trade clearly here for Smart Omega as they were able to, for AP Bren rather, as they were able to take out or take down few in the mid lane earlier as well. So come to think of it, that was a trade for them, but the gap wasn't really closed. It's still in favor of AP Bren, and they're still managing this lead pretty well. If we look at it, even in the laning right now, they're not really feeling the pressure yet.
Nope, not much. Again, every time Omega goes for a player, whenever AP Bren wins an objective, they're able to really close out the gap. At most, Omega just takes their own camp. Nothing across the map just yet.
Not
Yeah.
seeing it yet. Right now in the upcoming Turtle, I don't know if the same thing will happen, that Omega just will be
Wow.
sending out bodies, or will they be contesting it this time? Because AP Bren, even or prior to that Turtle, they want something to happen. They want to take something away from Smart Omega, and that's the purple buff right here of Matt.
Yeah, they're going to be spending a lot of resources, and I think it will still go over the
Yep.
mat.
Yep, but he uses Retribution just as the turtle spawned.
Ooh, it's a trap.
Oh,
You
And
can-
they fell for it. He was forced to use the Retribution.
there was no other way. They need to catch up, or they can't be left behind. Currently, there is already an existing level gap between these two junglers,
Oh,
and they can't afford
look at this.
to.
Planting seeds for a tree that they will not be able to see.
Yeah.
Because right now, yes, like, Jones' lane hasn't been cracked through. There aren't many kills. Wait, that was a final slash. All right, never mind. See, so he hasn't died just yet, nor has Super Marco here, about 6 minutes in. So there is no payoff just yet. And in an investment, there's no dividends to this yet. Once it does pay off, or when we confirm that it hasn't worked, where does Smart Omega go from there?
It's a question. It's really looking at what are they doing during these times where the lead is just continuously growing for AP Bren. Because as we're seeing it right now, there aren't really any trades. Even in the previous game, we've reached a point when even they were able to occasionally get out of the map, there were minimal or little to no turrets taken down from AP Bren. So the space is just really so narrow for them to move. And right now, that's exactly what
Oh,
AP
no.
Bren is doing. They're continuously taking down the objectives.
Yeah, there seems to be multiple fights happening right now, and one of them is, of course, under this turret with Jome being basically put very, very low. Ogwend with wild charge, and the follow-up here from Mark. Now, that's a pretty good
Whoa.
final slash, but the damage is not quite there yet. It's a lot of people, and 5 bodies, including the Eternal Guard here, available for Omega, and they're just going to be trading up Mark for it.
Oh, Super Marco, his passive kicks in. At least, no, when you click the skill, of course, now it kicks in. Everyone was so low, he was bloodthirsty, he went for the kill.
Yeah, and even if that final slash was really well timed, to think that AP Bren there, this tanky, and even Ogwen, he's just able to immune himself and continuously like make his presence felt and chase after the members of Smart Omega. They weren't really able to get anything. They were almost there, but it was not enough, and the tables were turned against them. It's really difficult to commit against this lineup of AP Bren if you're not able to take out Super Marco first, or even Few, which earlier, supposedly Few was about to fall down, but that well-timed wild charge as well prevented Smart Omega from taking him out.
Look at this. Oh, man. Disaster is happening all around here. First of all, Mark getting taken out. And if you saw on the bottom side, Luis getting whittled down to a crisp 1v1 by the gold laner.
By Super Marco,
By
and now
Super
he's just
Marco.
moving on from hero to turret, turret to hero, crossing over. And just now, a moment ago, Big J was trying to push that top lane. Big J was trying to make the most. Again, we're looking for these trades. And now we're getting the answer to the question that we asked. Where is the investment paying off? And right now, it's not.
It
It's
really
difficult.
isn't.
They're down about 5K.
That decision to clear the minion wave late was so interesting coming in from Super Marco. They're really making the waves or pushing the waves towards Smart Omega's side. So
Oh,
there's
no.
so much pressure.
Oh! My goodness, Luis almost evaporated here. That wasn't even full-powered Mystic. Gosh, he was able to make it out in time, but the damage is just unreal here coming in from the Roger.
And he needed to pop some skills to get extra shields
True.
to not die.
Oh,
They need
Goodness.
every little bit of health. They need every little bit of a life to make sure that this 5K gold lead does not balloon out of control. And look at this, mission successful here for Big J, eventually able to crack that top lane tier 1.
Yep, so we're starting to see, bit by bit, the trades are the answers that Smart Omega are trying to do. Though it is quite a bit late, 8 minutes into the game, but Mark will be able to find Few.
all right. Interesting use of the flicker
Oh, no.
final slash
Oh,
there,
no.
trying to catch Few, but instead it is Mark who falls victim here to AP Bren and Jome as well. Not going to be able to make it out here. Flicker already used as well. It's everything's crumbling down for Omega right now.
That's a 4-man collapse. 5-man collapse. I didn't even notice everyone was in there because there was a
Yeah.
bottom lane push from Lewis. but still 3 bodies for a turret down bottom. I'd say that's not worth it.
That fight was so well covered for AP Bren. Imagine, Kyle TZ was there behind, just waiting for the members who were trying to run away. And at the same time, the Appraiser's Wrath, coupled with the last Insanity, it seemed impossible for you to escape that kind of combo coming in from AP Bren. So right now, another Lord objective will fall into their hands. Once again, the 8th minute or the first Lord will be taken by AP Bren.
That's a fresh Lord. Actually, I'm surprised it took that long. We are now approaching 10 minutes in, and it's things like this that allow for that 3-man collapse to happen. First Mark goes, and then underneath tier 1, AP Bren says, let's go.
Yeah, Kaltizi really caught them by surprise as well from the back.
Oh no, Ogwen.
Ogwen?
Oh,
That might have been a kill here coming in from Omega, but Ogwen used the wild charge. Flapteasy, oh my goodness! That's a 5-man zone there with the last Insanity.
oh that was, not even the flicker was used. But
You stay in there for a second more, you're dead.
They had to. They had to flicker out there.
yeah, so
Okay, so now AP Bren, 8k ahead, cleaning up house. No more tier 2 turrets, just the inhibitors left for the new barangay. And just like that, it's deja vu. We're back to the same shape these two were in game 1.
And we're back at it again. It's looking like it is going to be Omega who are against the ropes here. AP Bren just, walking around the outside the base just like sharks in the water.
starting, even the shockwaves coming in from the inhibitor turrets were already triggered here for AP Bren. Flapteasy gets caught.
And there it is, Flapteasy, he's under there. And he's not going to be worrying about an exit. He will find one with turret going down.
Whoa.
Matt as well, faced head-on with the Appraiser's Wrath.
It's
Going for the chase
Whoa,
here,
whoa, looking for the
Luis.
shutdown.
He is hungry for blood here. He's been trying to get these kills, but it's Ryle who goes down instead.
Flapteasy with the last-minute flicker, costing Smart Omega. They lose 2 on the way out, plus that top lane inhibitor, and there's a big wave in mid.
oh no, they're back. Oh,
There it is, the desperation final slash, who very well may be the final slash of this game.
Oh, they cracked open mid. Bottom lane might be up next. Again, they're sandbagging this big wave, and there's just 3 defenders left. Ryle's going to be in here for that last defense.
Yeah, one more Eternal Guard, maybe on a crucial target here. Super Marco, very, very healthy, but will be able to force AP Bren back, at least for now.
but AP Bren, they're so happy with that. They got out they took out all the inhibitor turrets, and it's less than a minute before the next Lord spawns because it's been that long. So right now we're seeing Smart Omega literally in the same position again, but unlike earlier, how will this turn around, or how this will turn out for them? Because it's no longer a Claude, it's no longer multiple targets being here or possible for...
Oh, look at that! Wow, that
Okay.
final slash activated by Mark here.
Sweet.
That made a big difference. That might prolong this game even
Okay.
further.
That looked like a frustration final slash.
It did.
He's been trying to catch that since the 5-minute mark. He's been trying to do that right here in mid lane tier 1. But, okay, considering that, we might see another Lord, yes, but I don't think Smart Omega is in a shape to contest still, because Ogwen's going to make it in time.
4v5. Yeah, 8 seconds for Ogwen.
Ogwen's going to make it.
AP Bren can kind of delay this and force them to push back.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
Luis, though, could be in trouble with the pushback here. Oh, that's a nice dodge from the Appraiser's Wrath. But
Wow.
Super Marco is here to clean it up, making sure that his damage is felt
That's
here,
it. Oh.
even unmarked.
That wasn't even a flicker, Roger, but he was able to catch up.
Just jumped in again, used maximum range. Again, you might call him a melee hero or even like a mid-range hero, but no, the number of dashes this hero has,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. So now they're gonna go ahead and take this Lord,
Oh,
unless Sir Matt, unless.
And Sir Matt, I don't know if you have enough tankiness to sustain
Oh.
against his 4 members of AP Bren, and the Lord right there for you. Kyle Teasy takes it out.
That was a last-minute, last-second decision for Smart Omega to say, you know what, Sir Matt, go, maybe try.
Go for it.
Maybe
yeah.
try, and he did.
You would want to try at this point. I mean, the death timers aren't that long just yet. And we've been seeing this trend even in the previous game. They really want to risk it. They try to actually contest the retribution, but it never favors them. It's always almost a situation that's perfectly set up by AP Bren.
Yeah, big part of that obviously is the gap in items as well as levels right now.
Huge.
It is huge.
approaching 12,000 gold at 14 minutes. That comes down to an average of maybe a full item per roll. But that's not the case, right? It's actually a huge gap on each core across the board. And yes, they do deny and they block the Lord here, but wait.
Look at the map. Actually, Luis is behind Few right now.
It's working.
Will it make a difference? Owen falls. And there's Jome. He's trying to get as much damage as he can into primary targets here, dodging out of the Mystic Gush, and they're able to make it out in time.
Oh, they cleared the waves.
They're
and the
busy
waves
they're busy with Luis.
still standing. Luis in the back.
Whoa.
Okay, all right. 4v5.
4v5 right now, and a very, very weakened base stands in Omega as AP Bren trying to look to see if they can finish it once and for all. Jome's quite low, Super Marco's on it. Oh, he gets hit by the well, and that is going to be game.
Huge waves coming in from top, mid, and bottom, overloading ang bagong barangay, giving our defending champions here the sweep. They get the victory, remaining undefeated.
They